How the coronavirus will impact education. Right now, the coronavirus has had a huge impact on all aspects of our lives. Many schools have been moved online or shut down to limit contact with other people to combat the spread of this disease. But will the coronavirus change education after it is eradicated and it is safe to go back to school and work? I think so. First, teachers will be more appreciated. It fell on a lot of parents to be the primary educators for their children when schools shut down, and a lot of people realize that it's difficult to be a teacher. I think that this will result in teachers having more respect and hopefully a pay raise. So, because people realize that it's hard for them to do. Second, art will be taught more. When everything started shutting down and home was the only safe place to be, a lot of people turned to art and music to cope with the isolation so as a result, I hope that this will mean that art and music will be taught more in schools. Changing education for the better. Thirdly, students are more responsible for their education. For instance, before school shut down, my sister was barely scraping by. But as soon as it moved online, her grades skyrocketed. She's never done this well before, and this is because she's able to dedicate her whole brain to the lessons and is able to reread and rewatch the lessons so she has time to process what she's learning. If the coronavirus epidemic changes just one thing about education, I hope that the change is that students become more directly responsible for their education and are able to process lessons at their own pace instead of the pace of the class or arbitrary standardized tests. In conclusion, I think that the coronavirus epidemic will change the education system through greater appreciation for educators, a greater push for the arts to be taught, and students getting greater control over their own education.